well care versus sick care, healing disease versus treating disease symptoms. We've all heard that before, but really and truly, what does that mean? Let's explore that a little bit. So really, defining wellness care. Wellness is generally used to mean a healthy balance of the mind, body, and spirit that results in an overall feeling of well-being. Just like the man in the field of flowers, he feels good and his hands are up and he's so happy. He feels really good. And that's great. When you really feel good, and that's what you go through this, you don't even go through anything. You just feel good and you're probably smile more and you just have energy and you feel joy and you're not depressed. You're smiling a lot and you love life. And really, wellness encompasses a lot of factors, not just one. So really, when we look at defining wellness compared to sickness care, let's look at this. Go back to defining sickness care. Let's look at that before we go on to wellness care. Sickness, even it sounds like it spells a particular disease or malady. The state of an instant of being sick, illness. Or 3, nauseous queasiness. I look at all this and I say, okay, so now we've got sickness defined by who? Doctors? Who defined sickness? Is it a behavior that's not well? So if you're not well, you're sick. And if you're not sick, you're well, correct? Is that what this whole comparison is all about? Just like the woman now, she's on her bed. She's not in flowers with her arms up. She's over. She doesn't feel good. She might even look pale. And as a former dental hygienist, I would say when people would come in to the operatory to have their teeth cleaned, they would say, I feel great. Things look wonderful. And I'm doing great. And I'd say, great. I'd update their medical health history. Then I would get inside their mouth and I would see a whole nother story. I would see a lot of inflammation and I would see a lot of bleeding gum tissue. And I would say, what does this mean? Is the body giving me mixed messages, or is the person not sick yet and they will be sick? So let's talk a little bit about that. The wellness community, it's very interesting. There's a lot out there, and a lot of people are charging a lot of money for tutoring you in wellness. And I like that one little on the top right where it says wellness, we illness. And from illness to wellness, community mental health fair. There's all kinds of organizations out there that help us stay well. And it's not just nationwide, it's all around the world. Wellness, a positive outlook, reinvigorates the mind and soul. Get out, get healthy. And I think what we're seeing now is a really strong emphasis on putting towards the whole fact of wellness community out there. It's wellness. And people are paying for it. They're buying it in their food. They're buying it with their exercise. They might even be buying it now in their houses and their cars and their clothes and their shoes. It's very interesting how there's a lot of overlap with wellness in the community, what people are spending their hours and time and money on. So really, let's look at what is exactly a wellness community. What's involved in a wellness community? I say you've got tangram, which is a Chinese word for puzzle, putting the pieces of the puzzle together, like-minded healers. And I know in my own life, I've experienced this many times. I've had many avenues of wellness healers I've worked with on my own health, from acupuncturist to aromatherapist. Here, if you go in the upper left corner here, you'll see the woman and she's got aromatherapy, oils, and it works. It really does work in helping the body heal. The lower left corner, massage therapy. For those of you who've had massage therapy in different types, it really makes a difference on your day and how it goes. What about the lower right? You know, just going into the muscles and relaxing. The upper right doesn't look too comfortable, but it does. The effects are very, very important and they're very useful. It's called acupuncture. But there's more. There's more than just these types of like-minded healers. These are people who focus on helping the body come back, what I call, into balance. And really and truly, balance is the key. When you have balance in your health, you are able to have a better discernment of your environment and the people in your life and maybe your working environment and condition. Healing and or treating symptoms. See, there's two different things here. In the wellness community, they want to work with you on prevention. And prevention is key because it means that you won't have any symptoms. Well, what does that mean? I will never get sick? Well, yeah, of course you'll get sick. Just like it says, sickness, and you might have bouts of it, but your body has the strength to recover and it has the ammunition to recover from an illness. You are what you eat. We've heard that many times. Food is medicine. You've heard that before. And really and truly, we're being more and more educated, becoming more educated about the importance of the ingredients that we put into our body and also the environment, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the kinds of environment and the people we live around all make a very important impact on our health. Cancer cells, on the other hand, they love an acidic environment, not a wellness environment. They don't like wellness at all. They don't like any kind of environment that doesn't help them grow. Cancer cells like to grow in what we call anaerobic activity environment. Anaerobic environments, that means without oxygen. So what in the body contributes to no oxygen is acid. And there are certain types of food that are more acidic in the body than alkalizing. And fruits and vegetables are pretty much alkalizing ingredients, and refined sugars and refined carbohydrates are acidic. Doesn't mean you don't have either one ever or one only and one not the other. You have a happy medium and a balance about it all. But more importantly, I want to point out your thoughts really do make an impact on how your body handles information. And if you're very unhappy eating that apple, it will not be the same as if you were happy eating that apple. So really kind of pay attention to the overall view of your emotions when you are in your environments. Wellness visits, healing. Well, this is what we were just talking about, the treatments, finding people who create environments for you so that your body can thrive and heal. Maybe perhaps remove the blocks of not being able to heal, and now you have the blocks of the building blocks of healing. And there are all kinds of special people who know how to do this, and they're trained or they're intuitive. It's even people who put their arm around you. That can be healing as well. Do you realize that can be a wellness visit? Just visiting with a very dear friend and laughing and crying and hugging each other and just sharing loving experiences. I've noticed over the years as a practitioner in the dental field how important it is to reassure people that they are loved and cared for, and that more importantly, they're safe in your presence. A sickness treatment, I've seen this many times, and I've done my experiment too. I've gone to areas in healthcare where they just look at your symptom and they treat. what they see is the symptom. And they don't ask any questions about how you're feeling. They don't ask questions about what kind of environment you may be living in, what kind of diet you might be on. For the most part, it's basically they're looking for the big honking symptoms to treat. And that's the schooling right now out there in a lot of these hospitals and insurance paid doctor offices, is they're trained to look for problems, not solutions. And their medicine is trained they're trained to find medicine that treats a problem and doesn't really solve. In their mind, and actually, when you go and have these kinds of medicines, there are side effects, right? In the wellness industry, when you have a treatment, the side effect might be you have a lot more energy than you know what to do with or something. Here, it's a different kind of care, and it's more of a symptom-oriented based treatment. So really, the whole health harmony is the end goal is quality of life. You really want to have that quality of life. I always say to my patients, and I used to say as a practicing dental hygienist, you're your best doctor. You live with yourself 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're your own best doctor. You can feel those differences in your body and you can feel the changes. And the most important thing to do is pay attention to those little early indicators. And if you're not sleeping well, or if you're tired or fatigued, all these little symptoms, which aren't really a negative thing, but they're indicators, more so than symptoms, they're indicators that you are having some changes in your health. And a lot of times what we see with people is they'll ignore the little indicators, and I'm guilty of that too. And when it becomes a larger warning sign, that's when we have a symptom. So the most important thing is to take the time to listen to how the body is feeling, your body is feeling, and to have the difference in your lifestyle of a whole health harmony versus jumping from illness to illness to illness and staying in chronic illness. And there are people out there who are very well equipped in helping you heal. It's just a matter of finding out who they are and where they're located. And good luck with it.